welcome all my new subscribers. First of all, let me give y'all a proper intro. I am Joseph R. Wheeler the third, the artist, the founder, and the president of the ONYXCON Foundation. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this multi-niche content that we call ONYXCON, where we are all about living your best art life, your best creative existence, including ways to hustle and survive so that you can get creative and stay creative. It's time for me to cut this stubble. Oh man, shout out to all my bald head nation out there. Ain't it hard, man? It's hard, bro. It's hard. It's hard to keep it straight. And ladies, because there's ladies to be doing it. You know, there's the Dora Milaje. okay. There's the Dora Milaje. Wakanda forever. You feel me? Hello. But about that quick note, just my personal taste, views and opinions expressed by yours truly do not necessarily reflect those of ONYXCON's affiliates, associates, sponsors, etc. For my ladies out there, unless you've had a health concern that made that the reason, or unless you are literally so freaking pretty, you could frame your face, and of course every woman gonna say, I am that pretty. That's why I do everything I do. I'm already, yeah, I know. Every lady thinks they're perfect. Please stop cutting all your hair off, please. Okay, there you go. It was a movie. That's all. It was just a movie. And here's what's funny about that. Here's what's funny. You know, I told y'all I'm in the film biz, right? For all those who know. I was on Black Panther 1 and 2. And on the first one, I was in 2 scenes. The first I showed up in 1 scene, but I was in a whole nother scene. Y'all would have never saw me because I was doing body double for some stunt guys that had been knocked out by Panther in the jungle scene, where he goes to rescue the girls in the beginning, you know, before he jumps out of the special Wakandan craft. And oh gosh, Danai Guerrero, I'm gonna mess her name up. Oh my gosh, Guerrero. You know what I'm trying to say, from Walking Dead and all the other things, the head of the Dora Milaje, when she tells him, don't freeze. And he's like, I never freeze. And he goes down and then he lands in the forest and he goes and saves the girls. Okay, so in that scene when he's in the jungle, that was all shot inside of a big, huge sound stage, okay? At the time, it was Pinewood Studios. Now it's Truist, okay, owned by Chick-fil-A. That's Chick-fil-A money that did that bought it out, and now they own it. But it was Pinewood. And back when it was Pinewood, that's, I'm sorry, that was not Pinewood. I've been to so many damn studios, I'd be forgetting which one was what. Because we shot a lot of Marvel movies at Pinewood, and so and they still do, you know, sometimes shoot stuff there. But anyway, at Truist, no, it was not there. It's another place way up the perimeter that I still won't give away the coordinates, because it's a little more, yeah, it's a little more obvious where this is. I ain't gonna drop that yet. I ain't gonna drop that. Keep that secret to the files of the industry. But I'll just say it's on the north side of things in town, and it's one of these converted warehouses that is a movie studio. And I don't even think the whole thing is converted. I think just 90% of it or something, because I still think there's a portion of it that is still like for shipping and something. I don't know, but it's a huge place, and that's where they shot the first and second Black Panther. So they had a soundstage in there where they did that scene, that jungle scene, and they literally brought in dirt and jungle stuff. Anyway, I've told that story before. The main point is, I met some ladies from the stunt department. One of the main stunt ladies, who was a Dora. She was and was going to be playing a Dora Milaje. She had not shaved her hair yet. She had beautiful hair, short sister, real pretty lady, had real natural. She had a twist out. Okay, everybody who knows black hair knows what I'm talking about. If you don't, look it up, learn something today. But a twist out is basically when you got long, natural Afro style hair and you twist it into typically Bantu knots, and you can wear that as a style. That's beautiful. I love Bantu knots. I think they're gorgeous. I've always loved Bantu knots. When I had hair back in the day in college, I used to do cornrows, plaits, and occasionally I'd have my lady twisted into some small Bantu knots. I had it would look like pinhead, but it was these little twists, and they were all over. It was cool as hell. I used to love doing that. And very cultural. But anyway, she had done a twist out and let it out, so her hair was like real wavy and poofy, and it was pretty. I mean, I'm talking about some long hair, like she could pull it and it'd be like right here, you know. And she was like, I know, but I gotta cut my hair in a few days. I said, oh, you a Dora? She was like, yeah, I'm a Dora. She's like, I'm happy for the role. I mean, come on, them checks gonna be amazing. I said, hell yeah, girl, congratulations. She's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, I ain't mad now. Trust me, don't get it twisted. I am very happy. She said, but I don't want to have to cut my hair. Ooh. I was like, can I wear a bald cap or something? Can y'all do the makeup? And I just have too much hair for it. It wouldn't look right. I said, yeah, it would be hard to hold that down. Because it was like, that's that spring-loaded, beautiful, soft hair. It just would be a bump, even with the one of them caps to make it look like a bald head, it wouldn't look right. So she was like, yeah, I got to shave for this role. I said, damn, you got to shave all that beautiful hair. We both was just like, oh, damn. I was feeling it like it was my hair. I was like, oh, damn, baby, damn. But, so no, I told that story to say, I think a lot of people see stuff in a movie and a trend, and it starts trending. People want to do something. Man, the people who did it for the role didn't want to do it. They did it because it was an opportunity. They dedicated a portion of their life to this. They in it to win it. It's career. They because they really want them. I guarantee you 90% of the women who adore us in the movie did not want to shave their head. Okay? I promise you. I promise you. So I'm just saying, like I said, unless it's a health condition or unless you just, know that you got, wait a minute, hold up. All right, sun is coming through beautifully. I love that. Sun gives me energy, y'all. That's that charge we all need, you know what I'm saying? That's that charge we all need. I was talking about shaving and bald heads and all that good stuff. Yeah, but I ain't gonna harp on it too long, because I know anytime you start talking about people's preferences of how they want to look and what they want to do with themselves, everybody gets all in their feelings and stuff instead of just facing some facts about some of it. Like, it ain't gonna change what it is, damn it. Just my main point is just say, I think sometimes people just be doing stuff for trend instead of it's not even really who you are. And there's really no reason for it. You're just doing it because it's a trend. It's like, oh, hey, I want to be a part of that trend. Watch out for trends, man. If the trend don't fit who you already are, don't do it. Because a lot of trends will come up and it's already who you are. You know what I'm saying? It's already your style. It's already what you about. It's already how you get down. Or it's something you always wanted to do and now you got an even bigger reason to step out with confidence in it because it's become an accepted norm. So, it's not going to be as big and it's not going to be as noticeable if you do it or whatever the case may be, whatever works for you. Like, I was looking at something earlier and I did a reaction video to that because I loved that. Love what she had to say. And I wish I knew her name by heart, but light-skinned sister, she's really, really smart. It's funny, I thought I was finding a new channel and it was somebody I already subscribed to, but they don't post a lot or the algorithm ain't recommending their channel, which is probably the case a lot. Because I forgot I even was following the lady. I was like, who is this? She got some knowledge, man. And then I realized, oh, this is somebody I follow because she got some knowledge, because she's talking about something worth hearing. And she's very analytical and she deals with a lot of stuff in the black community and everything. And she was talking about this whole trend of people making all these, well, she didn't even say, I was going to say trend of people making jokes about it. It must just be a trend of its own, but I think it's because of the jokes. But I've seen these little spoof videos talking about the 3/4 sweaters and how, when black guys, or even I've seen one with Latinos, if they wear a 3/4, they get a certain type of treatment versus if they wear certain so-called hood trends or whatever, then suddenly, they're respected. They don't get harassed by the cops. They don't get this, they don't get that because they got this other look. And all that can be very true. That, appearances is everything. This is a very visual reality we all live in, and especially in America. I mean, there's no getting around it. Your appearance is the first thing people are going to notice and say, well, okay, what do I think I'm looking at? It don't mean that's what they're looking at, but what do I think I'm looking at? And then they're going to judge you based on that. People say, and I hate to hear people say, I don't judge. Bullshit. Everybody judges. It's a human nature. It's a survival instinct to judge. You judge a situation, you judge each other, you try to figure out, okay, is this safe or is this, what's the energy here? I don't know. Do I like what they talking about? Do I not like it? Every time somebody comes in my live right now, every one of y'all that is not a subscriber here, you trying to figure out what I'm about. Exactly. That's what we do. That's what human beings have always done. It's instinctual. You're like, well, what is this? That's the first question. What is it? What is it doing? Why is it doing what it's doing? Why is the ultimate question. That's the question that can never be answered, because why can always be answered with another why. I learned that from being an uncle, boy. You deal with little kids. When they find out that word, why? Woo, why is that question? That's that word and that question. It's never ending. Why can't be answered? Because you'll get to an answer that is the answer, and they'll still say, but why? Because I said the truth, and that ought to be enough. It's why is that? I gave you the why. It's like, but why just go on and on. Anyway, but this lady dropped the thing. She was talking about the whole quarter zip phenomenon, and she was describing it as being something that, is changing the perception of black men, especially young black men, getting on the trend and wanting to not be looked at as a threat. So they wear that and they get bodies. And then they started talking about sipping the matcha drink. They added that into the equation. So like, I know she's talking about those jokes, because I haven't seen hordes of young black men and young Latinos walking around with quarter zips and matchas from Starbucks and shit. Like, it's a joke that got popular, and it's like most things. If it starts trending, if one of them goes viral, suddenly you got 20 imitations doing the same thing. But the first time I saw one was a video with and I can't remember if somebody sent this to me or if I saw it by myself just going through the feed, but it was a dude who, I forget his name. He's hilarious. That dude's silly as hell. I don't even know if he's actually Latino. I think he might be Indian, but he's got that look that he can pass for either. So he was like walking to an abandoned warehouse, and it's all these tough looking cholo dudes, and they're all looking like they straight up Mexican cholo, and he's got a bag of some weight. He's supposed to be bringing the drugs, look like, because he got wrapped up in freaking tape and all this, like the typical look of how they always show drugs wrapped up and stuff. And he puts it on the table and he cuts it open, and then inside, instead of it being anything illegal, it's some damn Columbia sweaters, if you know the brand Columbia, and they make good clothes. I love Columbia. I'm wearing Columbia boots right now, right now. Not even, I can't show you my shoes because I'm sitting in the car, and I'm not about to get out just to show you that. But I'm wearing my Columbia boots right now, and I've had these boots for like 2 years or so, 3 years maybe. Love these boots. They are comfortable when it's cold like this, because it's one of them real